I hope you're doing well. So the purpose of this video is to give you guys a tutorial to get the Foreground service start up and running. It's running for me, so if you cannot read if you don't want to read and you need some visual help, this might can help you. All right, so I have here a project, awesome tutorial. It's just a create React Native application. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna install these services and all that stuff in front of you so you can know and learn how to do it. So let's just get into it. The very first thing is you just copy whatever. If you want to use npm, you're welcome to. If you want to use yarn, you're welcome to. Just copy this, paste and paste this here, and it will install the application. For me, it's already installed, but let's just give it another try. It will reinstall, I guess. Never mind. So this, I've already done this as well. So what this does is it's just some post-install configuration. You can learn more about them. This is what they do. Anyways, moving on. Let's start our application first and see if the application is running or not. So I just gonna click on I'm just gonna start my application, and then from here I can also start the bundler. It starts the application. It's now running the bundler as well. The very next thing is you go to the documentation getting started tab and copy these 2 lines of code, and you all you have to do is paste it here. Once that's done, you need to go to your application. Okay, so as you can see, this is the start foreground service. Start the foreground service, and I'm gonna create a function which will be const start foreground, start the start task. Let's just say that. All right, and on press start the task. Okay, voila. All right, so here, all right, as you can see, what's gonna happen is we're gonna create a task here. All right. Create start a task here. All right. So let me register a task as well. So we create a user fact, and within that user fact, we have this. All right. So we have 2 things here. Okay. So just to give you a bit of explanation, React Foreground service is depends on 2 things: a notification and a background task. The task we usually call in React Native a headless task, which has no UI. It runs on the background. But if you just run a headless task, what will happen is when you close your application from like here, from recent activities, it will kill the task. However, to counter that problem, what we come up with is to create a notification that is always on your like this application, like an application which can't be dismissed, all right? Which will help you to keep your task alive for a longer period of time, unless you force close it or you manually close it with your application, all right? So let's proceed with it. So here we're gonna create a task. So you can copy this step 2 into the user fact. So we need to create a task in no dependency, meaning just once. And let me copy the let me get copy this. All right. So here the task requires a function. So you can give a function like const uh, log so here and console log. So whatever it is, all right. So we just reference the log into our task, all right. So this will call this function. Let me do it better. I realize it will not gonna log anything. Hello world, all right. And in the log, we just replace the log with that. Okay. So once that's done, what's next is you have to create create a notification itself. All right, so as you can see, it's a very detailed application, detailed what do we call it? Detailed notification configuration. You can learn more about the notification configuration from the notification as well as the task from the task itself. All right, so what? is happening is we are saying that React Native Foreground service start my service with this config. So it has an ID, title, and message. I see launcher. You can change the launcher by adding the asset into the Android resources drawable folder. Do we need button? Yes. Do we need two buttons? Yes. The text of those button and the progress bar, which is the latest feature of this notification, but we're not gonna talk about that. All right, so moving on, let's just say we have this task, okay? So what's next? What should we do next is we're gonna try to start the application, all right? So we're just gonna restart our application. We have everything saved. We have connected it. So on the start, it should start the application, all right? So as you can see, it has started our application with the foreground service as a title. We are live and 150 out of 100 it's 50% done, so you can see it's all there. One more thing I want to quickly show you, if you close the application, all right, the notification is always there. Okay, therefore our task is running. So as you can see, if I clear this, all right, we are getting logs of our task always running. Hello world, because this is what we said that our task gonna be. What you can do is here you can get the location of the user and pass it to your API, and it's gonna work the same. All right, so let's create another button, which would be stop the foreground service, stop the foreground service, and let's create another person with const stop task, and we can just say foreground service dot stop, and it will stop the service. We can say right stop all as well. Both is gonna to work the same at the moment. All right, so it's still working. Now you have the another function, and then look at it. It's gone now. So yeah, I mean that's pretty much it. You can update as well this notification with the updated progress bar, however you seems fit. You can save data on the local storage of the application, which is also known as async storage. This gives you uh, a lot of ways to like the thing amount of things you can do is unimaginable and always up to you. But yeah, this is the tutorial of this how you can set this up and etc. All right, so that's it. We'll see you in next open source project, I guess.